being yourself with healthy self-worth is when you don't take things personally. And the lovely 5D Mystic Spiritual Self-Help Journey continues. We have a couple of episodes that are waiting to be queued up on our lovely YouTube channel for my TikTokers. And here we'll just chit-chat some more about what other people say about you, about me, doesn't matter. Nope. What matters is that I should not and will not be ashamed of what I have done. Integrity. So if I don't maintain that heart body, value body, my energy, mental and physical, I will know because I will feel shame here. That's if I have a inner child adult, so that means I have no shame button. Okay, so that's when you're ready for self-help, personal development, and to do emotions, because you don't have the incapacity to see a shame button. People who have a shame button, first they go to people like Patrick Tiahan so that they can see themselves, soothe themselves, become safe within themselves, secure, and then they meet the land of the living with a divine feminine of their own, the body, and a divine masculine of their own, a mind. And then they can wield their masculine, the left, the verbal, the story that keeps the score. And they can wield the right because they can contain all that comes up from their body. All of the trauma charges in the scorecard or the score itself, depends who you listen to, but with Bessel van der Kolk, it's the body keeps the score and the brain keeps the count. But Lisa likes to play with words and tell us that it keeps the score and the scorecard is the body. So Peter Levine shares with us how the body of yours, it's when you can contain it. And that container means that you have enough self-worth to know I exist and another person exists. And you don't feel ashamed of being you. And that's the minute where kindness will be what you choose versus the unkindness that comes from any moody person who has no divine feminine. Doesn't matter how many clairs they will have. And on that note, we will chit-chat about this again with stories this time, because in the other episodes you get to hear all about different aspects, and I want to allow myself to stay focused because I have a couple stories for you. Spiritual. Thank you, Sadhguru. The spiritual process is not a career, it is a way of life. And when you have clairs, you know that you have been gifted something that doesn't make you more special than another human being. You also don't think nobody knows what it's like to be the bad one, to be the sad one, all that crying that teenagers do. I remember meeting them and saying, we're not that misunderstood, please stop. Everything in existence, thank you, Sadhguru, is the same energy, manifesting itself in a million different ways. Hello, does anybody not know what a twin flame is? Wow. So, a divine feminine will know what I just read. And I learned it from Jesus and God first. And then I continued it all by I have a herd and my oversoul. And that's why we don't actively have the need for anyone to walk us through what is an emotionally, mentally, and physically. And yes, the smile is because we're choice points. You see, that's the free will you get. And so when Pacha meets Cusco, divine feminine here, my Cusco is here, but it's not a Cusco, it's a Pacha. When you have the Jacob brain, that's when you're ready for self-help and to be a spiritual something. As I was trying to read to you, it's not a career, it's a way of life. Jesus taught it to me. Forgive, turn the other cheek, don't cast a stone. Blessed are those who believe without seeing. I want you to be humble, respect, and learn how to be equanimous. No ill will. No envy, no jealousy, no spite. They're all not Lucifer. It's called low self-esteem that needs therapy. You come to sciences, lady. I'm woo-woo. Pseudoscience for a reason. I learned from the best. The best will share with you, like Sadhguru, that human is not a resource. Nope. A human being is a tremendous possibility, and with the right nurturing, they will blossom into someone remarkable. Yes, but if they have childhood trauma, they first need to go get out of it so they stop being unkind and actively having maladaptive child pattern behaviors, which involve drugs, fucking, drinking, all this stuff, and then other stuff too, lying. And it can also involve adaptive child behavior patterns. So in all those instances, they're not yet here in the 5D mystic plane or divine feminine plane or the spiritual plane. No, they're still seeking. So here's what Sadhguru also has to share about the spiritual plane. There is something within you which is longing to be spiritual. Yes, it's called your 1-year-old who wants to go to get securely attached if it doesn't have it. And your 3-year-old wants a whole heart, not a shame button. That way you can become an independent, conscious lover who chooses who to fuck, and then you don't not text someone back, and you don't feel all that shame, contempt, disgust stuff, which needs therapy. Okay? So we don't need to blame Lucifer for everything. We can explain how to get healed from trauma. And no, we don't lack education or imagination. Actually, a 5D mystic in the Enlightenment Soul Age group has everything, and education is number one. In fact, our clairs, actively we say, hey, so with our masculines, we don't go up to our twin flame or flames for that matter and say, let me tell you, you have to stay with me. I'm so sorry. I have to for a minute. I'm being brought back to time, a time that once was where I got to get informed about something. I don't like liars, especially when I think they are not liars, not my twin flames, no. The divine feminine knows her divine masculines. And even when we don't know them, eventually we'll find out about them. And then we're like, okay, totally. I'm totally knowing I'm going to get somewhere. And I don't know what you know, because divine masculines, I don't know if they know anything about themselves really, because they need to get a hold of their inner child first. This is not funny. I'm done. Okay, spiritual. So you're seeking for that something that you lost. Yes, it's your 1-year-old and 3-year-old who wants to come out and play, but a lot of people, they get stuck on Elsa's journey. Show yourself. I'm dying to meet you. That's why those who think they're feminines, it's just because of Claire's. So on that note, that's not actually divine feminine. Again, is your inner child adult. You're present, you're here, you're unconsciously loving like Jesus taught me and God, and you're humble and you have fun with your human herd and everyone, and you do try to save the ecosystem, but you don't choose the bear, you choose the man, because that's how it works in the land of the living. Now, if it's a serial killer, no, then we choose the bear. But if it's just a simple man, it's okay. We'll learn how to work with that because, well, a smart divine feminine will know exactly what to do. Spiritual does not mean looking up or looking down or praying or going to the temple. Spiritual essentially means you are in an experience which is beyond the limitations of the physical. That means you are in a boundless space. This longing is always there in every human being. Either you are approaching it in installments or you are consciously going for the ultimate. And here at HP, we are infinite higher human conscious potential individuals, because that's where your host is at. So the self-help and personal development allows you to love with flying, and love lifts you up higher and others who are down higher, and it stays and it comes in and it doesn't come in and out. That's not what love is. It's for those who persevere independently from the choppy waters, that they do know how to enjoy the satisfaction of seeing all that they wished for and wanted come to fruition. Also the fruitfulness of the heart and body in relationship. And so when we do know how to enjoy true relationships, that is why, even though we will get people who, let's say they do this, I bet you that man, he's not loving you. He's going to use you, fuck you, break up with you, and that's it. And this is the gist of a bet that I made once, basically. As a human being was really upset because stuff was going really bad in their life with their romance. And so, lo and behold, when you think that you know what love is, so you think you know the people that you meet? Yes, so you make a bet. Well, it's not the first time I make a bet that I lose. And the difference here is that it wasn't personal because my friend was in a mood. And in fact, I said, I decided to call you up and let you know you won the bet, but also let you know that I didn't want to call you because as a person who I consider my friend still, you are quite not nice to me because you were going through a mood. You wished upon me something that you could have actually completely avoided, but independently, I'm a person of my word. I have integrity. So I don't give a shit about what you said. I know that I lost the bet and I owe you money. And yes, by the way, you were right. But that doesn't mean that all men are that, by the way. No, actively there are men and women and theys who know how not to get their mood and be basically, like my friend was. And so again, we like to share. I didn't have too many hurt feelings. I just know that what you did was because you were moody. And that's where the friend apologized. Not that I wanted that apology. It's nice when people know how to actively talk to you in your face versus get in their pissy pants. But, if they don't want to get their mood in a therapy room, this is what it is. So long story short, we all can, though, say things that people would say, you hurt my feelings. We say we're sorry, and then we try to recalibrate. That's how it works when you care about your hurt. You learn each other's language like functional adults. So it's not personal, Maria. No, it's not personal when you're grown up, only when teenagers are around. Tune in for more.